The Brooklyn Nets recently have been pretty good. In fact, they beat the Boston Celtics by over 20 points recently. They are looking scary. But will the Brooklyn Nets win the 2021 NBA championship? And if they do, who will be the finals MVP? Both of those questions will be answered in this video. But before we get into the content, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Today is my birthday and I'm trying to hit 10,000 subscribers. So if you guys could make that happen, that would mean the world to me. But without rambling too much, let's get into this. Now, we already know that the Brooklyn Nets are the best trio in the NBA. But what I love about them is, despite having them so much talent and all having such important legacies, they still fit together perfectly. And on the court, none of them are ball hogs anymore. In fact, they support each other a lot. As in an interview, James Harden said,
"We see how involved you are, how engaged you are on the sidelines during games. Players have praised, the communication that you have. What's going on as you watch these games and encourage your teammates from the sideline?"
I feel like my voice is very, very important, to the team. Obviously on the court, it's a lot better, but while I'm not, active and able to play, I think my voice can be very, very impactful. It's just trying to help guys, give guys nuggets here and there on what I see, and ultimately to help our team be better.
You heard it. They don't just cooperate with each other, but they're also supporting each other from the sidelines. This shows really good chemistry. Many NBA fans thought that the Brooklyn Nets trio together would not do well, but they proved the doubters wrong. James Harden is averaging 25 points, 9 rebounds, and 11 assists. That is obviously crazy, and those 11 assists shows that he's a great passer. And to show more onto this impact, James Harden, when he's on the court, the Nets are up by 8 points on average. That's crazy. To add on more to why James Harden is not a ball hog is because of this interview.
We're just engaged. Everybody that steps on the floor is engaged. We pretty much know what they're trying to do. And so everybody have each other's back. And then, once that shot goes up, we got to all gang rebound. And, if we can do that throughout the course of this series, we give ourselves a chance. So.
It is very clear that he incorporated his teammates in that. This shows that he is not selfish. James Harden, per 100 possessions, averages 32 points, 11 rebounds, and 14 assists. What? How is this allowed? That is obviously absurd, and from a statistical standpoint, that shows how good of a player he is. And Kevin Durant is also absurd. For a good portion of the season, he was averaging 30 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. But obviously, towards the end of the season, his numbers lowered a lot. But he is still shooting an insane 54% from the field and 45% from three-point range. He is crazy efficient. When he is on the court, the Nets are up by 8 points as well. But the Brooklyn Nets defense in the playoffs has been pretty good. It really improved from the regular season defense when the Brooklyn Nets were very bad at D. Kevin Durant had this to say about the Nets defense.
But for the most part, man, I think we came out there with a solid focus on the defensive side, and we was telling each other if we continue to do that each possession, offensively we'll start to find a groove. And we definitely want to have more movement and make more shots, but if we're there on the defensive side of the ball, we give ourselves a better chance when we go through them lulls of shooting.
Not only did Kevin Durant say something positive about the defense, but James Harden also said this.
No matter what happens offensively, whether we get it going or not, I think defensively is where we, show some improvement. And like I said, tonight was a huge step for us.
This all shows that the Brooklyn Nets defense is improving. Imagine how scary that would be if the Nets have multiple players that could give you 30 on any given night, but the team also has great defense. That would be absolutely insane, and the Nets, no question, would win a championship that way. The Brooklyn Nets statistically are one of the most clutch teams in the entire NBA, so when it matters most, they come in handy. Many NBA fans say that the Brooklyn Nets are not a playoff team and instead are more of a regular season team, as in they won't do well in the playoffs. I disagree with this claim because, as I said before, the Brooklyn Nets come up when it matters most, and the playoffs definitely matter much more than the regular season. Therefore, I think the Brooklyn Nets will win the NBA championship. I have a shocking statistic. Kyrie Irving, per 100 possessions, averages 37 points, 7 rebounds, and 8 assists. Do you know how crazy that is? He is doing that while shooting over 50% from the field field and 40% from 3 to go along with 92% from the free throw line, which means that Kyrie Irving is in the 50-40-90 club while averaging 27 points per game. That is absurd. But if Kyrie can play more games, it's over. The Nets would win the 2021 championship with no hesitation, no competition, and they would sweep whoever's in the finals. But something that concerns me is that Kyrie Irving said, "I can't concentrate on basketball. There are too many things going on in the world right now. Basketball simply just isn't my main priority." What? That is... You know what? Let's just move on and act like that did not happen. At the start of the video, I said I would answer the question, will the Brooklyn Nets win the 2021 NBA championship? Well, the Brooklyn Nets are clutch. 2 out of the 3 players from the Brooklyn Nets Big 3 and 3 out of the 4 players from the Brooklyn Nets Big 4 have all won NBA championships. Kevin Durant with the Warriors, Kyrie Irving with the Cavaliers, and Joe Harris also on the Cavaliers, but it's safe to say he did not really contribute on that finals run. My point is, the Nets have experience, and also 4 out of the 4 best players on the Brooklyn Nets have played in the finals. The Nets don't just have experience, they also have talent. They have really improved on defense, as Kevin Durant and James Harden said before, and they have really gotten together and improved on chemistry. There is no reason to say the Brooklyn Nets won't win the championship. The Philadelphia 76ers from the Eastern Conference proved that they are not amazing in the playoffs, so therefore they probably won't be an issue for the Brooklyn Nets. And the best team in the Western Conference is the Utah Jazz or the Phoenix Suns. We all know that game where the Brooklyn Nets came back from a massive lead against the Phoenix Suns, but it's pretty likely the Nets will win the title. And the second question, if the Brooklyn Nets do win the title, who would win Finals MVP? Well, let's start off by taking out everyone on the roster besides James Harden, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Durant. The reason why is because no one on the roster is as talented as them, if that makes sense. I don't think Kyrie will win Finals MVP because he probably won't play a lot of games. Even if he does, he won't make an incredible impact on the team. Keyword impact. He probably will put up good numbers, but his impact won't be the best. He would also not be really interacting with his teammates that much, so the chemistry won't really be there for him. It's between James Harden and Kevin Durant. This is a tough one because James Harden is probably going to be the one to put the games away and have the better numbers, but Kevin Durant is going to be the one to impact the team more and have iconic moments. So, which one? I have to go with Kevin Durant because he's the more impactful player. But that's not saying the other 2 won't win Finals MVP, I'm just making a prediction. I have a shocking fact. Only 2% of my viewers are subscribed. What? That is such a low percentage. It's my birthday, so please drop a sub as my birthday present. You don't know how much I would appreciate it. I also have a Twitter. I don't know if anyone knew that. It's linked in the description below. But if you're a part of the 98% that isn't subscribed to my channel, make sure to subscribe. We're trying to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of 2021. We are at the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed. I'm Vrun, and that's my take. Peace.